Good afternoon, Bradley here. It's a little overcast. I hear a lot of action around the neighborhood. Somebody's power washing, somebody's driving their mower, whatever. I'm gonna make like 3 videos in the near future, and basically they're gonna show you what I have in my Impulse record collection. I don't have a massive collection of Impulse records, but I've got quite a few, and it's growing constantly. I'm always looking for new stuff that was issued on Impulse. So I will show you a book, first of all. I've shown this before, and many people have shown this, but if you ever are interested in delving into Impulse records, I would highly recommend buying this book, The House the Train Built by Ashley Kahn. It's a fantastic source of information, and you can pick it up and read bits and pieces and read at your own leisure. Sometimes it highlights certain albums, such as Freddie Hubbard, artistry of Freddie Hubbard. Just a fantastic, fantastic book, and it's got the black and orange spine, so that's cool. So I'm kind of gonna go by the date of issue on these records. So the first Impulse I have, actually it would be the second release on Impulse. So it is A2, as Ray Charles. Genius plus soul equal jazz. This was 1961. As I said, it was the second Impulse release. I got this one off of Discogs the other day. It is a slightly later pressing, but it's in great condition. It's got the ABC Impulse label. Sounds fantastic. Now this is, it'd be the Quincy Jones Orchestra, more or less. He arranged everything on here. And Ray Charles plays, I think he plays only the organ on here, if I remember correctly. So that's a little different. You know, you would think Ray Charles playing piano, and he does not sing on every song. So it's big band music from 1961. It's got that sound. I love that album. I've been getting into big band. Okay, the next album, actually this is a cheat because it's not a true Impulse album. A couple years ago I wanted this so bad, and they had not reissued it yet, although they would a few months later after I bought this. So, I didn't know it, so I bought it. This is Oliver Nelson, The Blues and the Abstract Truth. So this is the 5th Impulse release. Fantastic album. This particular one is DOL. And on the inside here, they actually have, right there is one of the versions of the album cover. I think through the years they might have switched off on these 2 album covers. So this particular reissue has both of them, which is cool. I like it. 1961. It's got the classic song Stolen Moments, probably my favorite jazz song of all time. Eric Dolphy, Freddie Hubbard, George Barrow on baritone sax, Bill Evans, Paul Chambers, Roy Haynes. You're not going to get too much better than The Blues and the Abstract Truth. Fantastic album. Okay, the next album would be from 1961. It would be the 7th release on Impulse. And I got this off of Discogs. This is Impulse, Art Blakey, and the Jazz Messengers. Got this off of Discogs, and it is an earlier pressing. I don't think it's original, but it's close to it. I will show the label here. It's the original, I think this is the original Impulse label. Art Blakey. Now this is the version of Art of the Jazz Messengers with Lee Morgan, Curtis Fuller, Wayne Shorter, Bobby Timmons, and Jimmy Merritt. Sounds excellent. Although this particular album is probably the least in sound quality in my Impulse collection. Although it would be probably, I'm sure it would be listed very good. But it's a excellent Jazz Messengers album. Okay, the next one, also 1961. Actually, this would be the next release. The Art Blakey was the 7th release on Impulse, so this is the 8th release on Impulse. This is Max Roach, Percussion, Bittersweet. So this particular reissue is a Vinyl Me Please release from, I'm not sure when, a few years ago maybe. It's got the really thick cardstock and the fantastic lamination on here. Max Roach, Percussion, Bittersweet. Excellent album. I think it has his wife, Abby Lincoln, I believe, singing one song on here, if I remember correctly. And this has a kind of like a replica of the original Impulse album. Okay, the next album, also 1961. I got this off of Discogs. This would be the 11th Impulse release. And this is, lately I've been getting, in the past year I've been getting into big band jazz quite a bit. I love it. So this is big band jazz from 1961. It's Quincy Jones once again and his orchestra. Quintessence. Hard to see the reflection of the sun, the camera and everything. This would be I think a 1997 reissue. So it's got like a semi-gloss cover there. And on these 1997 releases, I will show you the label because they're pretty consistent on these 97 pressings. Kind of like a quasi Impulse label there. This album sounds fantastic. Big band with Quincy Jones. And Quincy Jones, he was on that first album I showed with Ray Charles. So that's a very good album. Okay, we're at the last album for today. That was 1961. This one is from 1962. It would be the 14th release, A14, 1962. Milt Jackson Quartet, Statements. Have Milt Jackson on vibraharp, Hank Jones piano, Paul Chambers bass, and Connie Kay on drums. Got this off at Discogs a couple years ago, in fantastic shape. This is one of the earlier pressings. I will briefly show the, I could probably tell exactly from this liner notes. Actually, it's ABC Paramount Records. It's got a list of Impulse releases. This album sounds fantastic. Vibraphone is, of course, they always sound so clear as a bell, but on this recording it's like ungodly. If you ever run across this one, definitely pick it up. It's a good one. So that's all my Impulse for today, which I will show you the label. This is one of the original labels there. So it's a earlier pressing. And the one thing I will say I like about the Impulse releases, these, first of all, the music. I love the music. Impulse actually had a very wide choice of music on the label. Hard bop, you know, spiritual, experimental, classical or classic jazz like big band and all that. They ran the whole gamut actually, although they're kind of known for maybe the little more out there stuff of Coltrane and you know, people like that. But like I said, I really like the music, and I did read one time who designed the logo, but the logo is just a sign of brilliance. See that small I in Impulse, and then the exclamation mark. And also the slogan, the new wave of jazz, is on Impulse. And I think I read somewhere one time, it might have been in the House the Train Built, it was saying that when they came out with these Impulse records, basically they sold themselves just because of the laminate packaging, gatefold, just one hell of a package, and the rear was always similar. And also on every Impulse, the spine there would be black and orange. There's only a couple that are not. Love Supreme, that is black and white spine. And there's a couple other ones that are, I think, blue, which I do not know why those were ever had color. Maybe they ran out of orange ink. I don't know. So anyhow, that's it for these Impulse records today, and I'll probably make a couple other videos to show you the rest of my Impulse records. So that's all I have to say today. So catch you later.